Alright. Let's see. Today, create calculated surprises. A child is usually a willful, stubborn creature who will deliberately do the opposite of what we ask. There is one scenario in which children will happily give up their usual willfulness when they are promised a surprise. Perhaps it is a present hidden in the box, or a game with an unforeseeable ending, a journey with an unknowable destination, a suspenseful story with a surprise finish. In those moments when children are waiting for a surprise, their willpower is suspended. They are in your thrall for as long as you dangle possibility before them. This childish habit is buried deep within us and is the source of an elemental human pleasure, being led by a person who knows what they are doing and who takes us on a journey. In seduction, you need to create constant tension and suspense, a feeling that with you, nothing is predictable. The moment people feel they know what to expect from you, your spell on them is broken. More, you have ceded them power. The only way to lead the seduced along and keep the upper hand is to create suspense, a calculated surprise. People love a mystery, and this is the key to luring them further into your web. Behave in a way that leaves them wondering, what are you up to? Doing something they do not expect from you will give them a delightful sense of spontaneity. They will not be able to foresee what comes next. You are always one step ahead and in control. Give them a thrill with a sudden change of direction. Daily law. There are all kinds of calculated surprises you can spring on your victim, sending a message out of the blue, showing up unexpectedly, taking them to a place they've never been. But best of all are surprises that reveal something new about your character. That's from The Art of Seduction. Keep them in suspense. What comes next? Yep. There's a saying that goes along with that one also. I forget how it goes. What is it? Variety is the spice of life. That's what it is. Yeah. That's true. Once you become too predictable and too everyday and commonplace with your behavior, things get boring. Boring. Oh, I had an interesting dream. It was wild. It seemed like it was, if I had to explain the environment, it was like the world of Harry Potter for adults, but instead of magic, it was tech. That's what it seemed like. Well, some people might say tech and magic are one and the same. But I remember I was like being shown what looked like, I think they were like drones, but drones that we were going to use, like strap into and fly around with. And I remember I was with a group of people and they were like showing us, like, okay, you're going to be using these and these other devices were like sleds, electronic sleds. So there were like drones and sleds that we were going to be using to move around with or use, but we were going to be trained on how to use them. And I just remember being with the group going, yo, yo. The only word I could get out of my mouth because it was like so exciting. That was kind of funny. Then I woke up. Never got to use them. But that's what it seemed like. If I had to describe the environment, it was like a Harry Potter type world. But there wasn't like wands and magic, it was all technology. Like tech. Pretty cool. And there was a lot of people with me. And they were all like a bunch of them, whatever they were. I took them as being drones. There was something we could fly around with, so drone's the only word I can think of. And then sled is the only thing I could think of in terms of what the other device might have been. Maybe hoverboard? I don't know. But it was something we were gonna like move around with. Not just something we were gonna control. We were gonna be like on it. Or like in it, strapped to it. Not too sure. There were like hundreds of them. It was a lot. So that's why I took it as like it was like a school for tech, but on how to use these devices. Very cool, I thought. In the dream, anyway. Because I could only get one word out of my mouth. Let's shake this. Wow, that was the fastest green light ever. It's already changing yellow. Only halfway through the turn. Look at these young fellows out early in the morning. A couple of bros walking around. Yeah, I had been not remembering too many of my dreams, but I remember that one. I remember that one crystal clear as soon as I woke up, too. I was like, whoa, that was cool. It would have been even cooler if I stayed asleep to figure out what it was we were going to do with those. I've had very few flying dreams, so that would have been pretty interesting to experience. So, yep. Use, what is it? What was it? Use surprise to keep your prey captive. Under your spell. Some surprises are not what they're what they're all cracked up to be. That's for sure. Like I'm using Claude to redo my, I guess, my life story, I guess you could call it, maybe. Turn it into some sort of marketable material, I guess is the phrase. And I've had some surprises in my life that were just horrific. So, I guess anything in the extreme, and I had to experience the negative extreme. That can be pretty mind shattering, consciousness shattering. Yeah, so some surprises you don't want to experience. But pleasant surprises, that's a different story. Like, surprise, I bought you a car. Surprise, you won this house. I'll take those. My goodness. Hopefully there's some new pods to listen to today. There weren't very many yesterday. It's been pretty slow in the tinfoil world. Not much going on. Oh man. Well, hopefully there's no surprises today at work. That's someplace you don't want a bunch of surprises popping up. Is at work. You want everything super consistent, especially at my work. Surprises in a manufacturing facility is a terrible thing. Still waking up. I felt like I slept enough, but I should have jumped in the shower. That's what I should have done. Hopefully this coffee kicks in. That would be nice. Oh, cars behind me slowed way up. I am doing 65. I don't know why they would have done that. That's very interesting. Those are the two same cars. I don't know. That's very interesting. But I like it because now there's absolutely nobody around me. That's how I like to drive in the morning. Nobody near me. I wish it was like this on the way home. If I work second shift, it'd probably be like this on the way home. But I am not doing that. Let's get over. Alright, it's about the halfway point. Come on, man, you're going to have to figure it out if you're going to get in front of me or not. You are going to need to hurry. Thank you. That's funny, and now here come the cars that were behind me. That slowed way up. Yep, not too much to talk about. My mind's pretty blank. I should get there's books that are like writing prompts, or like there's like books with like just thought-provoking questions. I should probably get one of those and see what kind of thoughts it sparks in my brain. What does this say? 2 lanes closed at Melrose Avenue. There's a Melrose out this way? That's interesting. That must be off the 14, because I certainly don't pass a Melrose on my route. Excuse me. Yeah, I've never seen a sign for a Melrose. So, it does not affect me. That's funny. This just says slow down. Everybody's speeding. That's funny. I'm in no rush. What happened yesterday? Somebody said something to me, but I forget what it was. Damn it. And it was like, damn it, I forget what it was in reference to, but they were like in a hurry for something to happen, or like in some sort of rush for I forget what though. And I look at him like, why are you in a rush? Like, why are you in a hurry? Might be patient. Just relax. Slow down. But it had nothing to do with work. It was like something about like something in life. But when I said that, they were like, then you can see that they started thinking like, huh, yeah, why am I in a rush? I kept telling, just relax. Why are you trying to rush that? That'll happen. Just relax. Which is advice I always have to take myself. So at least it's something that's in my head that should be adhered to for me to even suggest it to other people. So I guess that's a good thing. If that was my first reaction, at least that's something that's in my brain for myself. But I wish I could remember what the heck the topic was. But it was an appropriate response, that's why I said it. That's definitely something I need to remember when I'm driving, because there's definitely a little demon in me that wants to just take off as fast as I can. It's that adrenaline rush that I want to feel. Something in me wants to feel it. And that's probably the hardest thing to control. Not in the morning. When I'm driving in the morning, it's like the most relaxing thing, and I have no want to move fast. But like if there's like a destination with like a lot of traffic that I need to get to, and typically on the way home, it's kind of like that. And then like this little competitive bug pokes its head out because it's like a race. And once it turns into a race, then it feels like a game. And then then the little demon says, "Okay, let's go." So that's the hardest one to work on, is keeping that guy under control. Because like right now, it's just perfectly calm and relaxing. Zero urge to rush. Alright, I'm almost there. What does it say? 2 right lanes. Roadwork ahead, 2 right lanes closed. That's not good. Let's see. I don't see any lanes closed yet. I know sometimes they forget to turn off the sign after they're finished. That might have been from yesterday. We shall see. Nice big BMW symbol. There's an Auto Mart out here. They call it Auto Nation. There was a big BMW logo on the sign. It flashes different logos. As soon as I looked at it, it said BMW. With that shield. Yeah, I don't see lane closures, so hopefully my exit's open. That would be nice. It's always nice when my exit's open. I don't have to find my way around. It's not my favorite thing. We'll see. Let's see, there's another sign right now. Or maybe there is lane closes. Let's see, what does it say? Scales. Okay, that's about the trucks. Doesn't have nothing to do with me. Alright, let's see. Oh no. Ow, son of a bitch. I think they did close my exit. You guys. Alright, so you guys are gonna see me try to figure this out again. Oh, the other side of the freeway is all jacked up. That's terrible. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure this out again because this looks very closed. Unless. No, it's open. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Cool. Deal with that. That is very much appreciated. I hate when they do that. There. See, that's when surprises are bad. To tie that into my morning page. Those kind of surprises are annoying as shit. That's when you want consistency. It's on the way to work. 0 surprises. That's when that book only applies to like. When that page was sourced out of the Art of Seduction. So you want fresh and exciting in the context of that. You're trying to attract the attention of somebody. It is not fun when you are on the road. Do, do, do. Alright, let's see. And right there. Alright. I have arrived. Turn all this off. And that's it.